In order to make these classes as freely accessible to our participants, we will be using a verbal warning and assumption of risk at the beginning of class. Participation in this online class is voluntary. Physical activity programs may result in injury, and by participating, you are assuming the risk of injury that may result from your participation. We strongly recommend that you participate from a space that is suitable for this activity. For example, make sure that you have moved nearby furniture and other potential hazards. If you are participating in a yoga class or class that involves laying on the ground, we recommend using a mat, or if you don't have one, a carpeted area. Participants are encouraged to stop if they experience pain or injury and should seek appropriate medical advice or care as needed. William & Mary Health and Wellness strongly recommends that each participant have an annual physical examination and follow the advice of your health care provider before participating. Alrighty, so with that, we're gonna get started. Welcome to Barre, everyone. If you're new to Barre is a combination of yoga, Pilates, and ballet. We focus on targeting specific areas and muscle groups with lightweight or body weight exercises and high repetitions to maybe work out some areas of your body that maybe don't get worked out during your normal workouts during the week. It's pretty low impact. I will give you guys some options during the class. If you have any questions, feel free to use the chat. You can chat me privately or everyone in the class. And with that, you can go ahead and play whatever music you want. You can use my playlist, or if not, just music you'd like. So starting out, we're just gonna roll our shoulders to the back and then roll them forward. Maybe a slight bend in those legs, shifting your weight forward and back. Just waking up your body. We're gonna focus during our warm up and waking up and getting that heart rate going. I know it's the afternoon, but the way things are sometimes, you just gotta wake up in the middle of the afternoon. I know I do. All right, we're gonna add a light bounce to our legs, just bouncing, shifting your weight back and forth and shaking your hands out, just loosening up your body, letting all your worries from the day shake off. Thank you, your body, for coming to today's class. It's gonna be an hour, it's gonna be great, and we'll have a lot of fun doing it. All right, shooting your hand across your chest, stretching in front of or behind your elbow, not on top of it, and then switching hands. Giving it a nice stretch. Then just giving your neck a slight tug, nothing too extreme, just to wake it up this morning. Say hello. It's morning, it's afternoon. My days are jumbled. I don't know about you guys. All right, feeling that stretch, we're gonna go into our little warm up. So we're just gonna start with some butt kicks. So bringing your legs behind you. If you want, you can add a bounce, or if you want to keep it low impact. And then adding in the arms, we're just gonna pulse them back and forward, back, just waking up our chest and our back. I love this move. Really, sometimes my back and my chest can feel pretty tight. So this is a great one to really get your heart rate going and waking up your chest. We'll do it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping that bounce, we're just gonna bounce side to side, and we're going to pull our hands down. Waking up your back a little bit, bouncing forward, side and side, side. I'm gonna shift my mat, keep going, and we're going to shoot our legs out into second position. For second position during today's class, you want your feet a little bit more than shoulder length distance apart, turned out. We're going to go into a grand plie. So bringing your legs out to the side, you want your knees above your ankles, nice neutral spine, meaning that if you're sliding up and down a wall, your back could do that, so your glutes aren't tucked out or in, just nice and neutral. Bringing your arms out to the side, you can add in a little raise and lower. Raise and lower. Just some ballet arms. This is second position, raising them up ahead of you. I believe it's fifth. It's been a while since I've done ballet, but remember some terminology. Raising and lowering. We'll do a few more of these, just getting comfortable. 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying down, raise both your hands above your head, and you're going to slowly stretch to the side, saying hello to those obliques on your side, and raise up. So not a super intense lean, just using that core to bring you up, activating it a bit this morning, and lower. I always feel in these workouts that if I'm in a second position, even if I'm doing arms or core, my legs definitely feel it. So I like to incorporate these movements in our warm up and our other sections as well. So just a few more of these and straighten. All right, 2 more, straighten. Last one. Staying in this plie position, you're going to turn your feet in and go into a side lunge towards your right foot. So bringing your weight to your side, you want your knee once again above your ankles. You want a proud chest so you're not leaning over. And you're just gonna have a nice side lunge. So both your legs facing in, and we're going to just straighten our legs and lower back down. Straighten, lower, using that control in your legs, not falling over, and straighten. Next time, we're gonna add on with a little twist. So bring your opposite arm to leg, twist your arms, and straighten. Twist them, tap, and bring them out to the side. Tap, and side. We're gonna get comfortable with this for a few more, and we're gonna add on by shifting our weight to our other leg. So 2 more of these. 2, 1. Next one, we're going to come down, stretch our leg, and then shift our weight to our other leg, bringing it to our side, and then coming back down into that lunge position. So using your weight, using that core to have your balance and lower it down. If you want, you can bring your leg up a little bit higher into a passe, or you can just keep it at your side. Going at whatever pace works for you, making sure the pace that you're doing, you're maintaining your balance. One little tip for balance that I like to use is focusing on a spot in the room. So there's something in front of you, focusing on that as you come down and up. I'll do a few more of these, and we'll shift to the other side. If you guys listen to my playlist, I hope it's giving you nice summer vibes. It is summer, I don't know. A lot of heat waves happening across the country. I know where I'm at in Virginia it is. There are 2 more. 2, 1 more, lower. Raise, bringing your feet back down. We're just gonna shift into second position, bringing our arms in front of us and just stretching out our legs a bit. So plie your legs down and straighten, looking between your legs. Yeah, we've been having really bad heat waves around here. So, and then storms, which is not exciting for my dog. I don't know. My dog hates thunder, so she hides in the closet when it happens. We'll do 2 more bends and then shift to our left leg. 1 more. Coming up, we're going to go into a side lunge on our opposite leg. For me, that is my left leg. So once again, coming to the side, you want your knee above your ankle. You want a proud chest. Just going to bend and straighten into that lunge. Just getting comfortable once again. Once you feel comfortable with this, adding in a twist with your opposite arm, touching that toe, and straighten. Whew. Just some nice deep muscle recruitment. Waking them up before we get started. I don't know, workouts and warm-ups always seem to make me like the sweatiest somehow. So get started, but we're already in the midst of it. We'll do 2 more and then add on. So last one, straighten, bend down, shift your weight, opposite leg, feel that, use that balance, and then come back down and twist. So straighten, bring it up to passe, tap. Whew. I definitely am struggling a little bit more, my balance on this side, which is completely normal. Throughout today's class, you might find that one side feels a little bit different than the other. That happens with me, happens with everyone. We just tend to use some muscles, some sides a little bit more than the others, just meaning one might be a little bit stronger than the other. I'll do a few more here and raise. Last one, lower and straighten. Good job. Coming into a squat set, we're gonna wake up our legs a little bit more and raise our heart rate. For squats, you want your legs about shoulder distance apart, parallel, feet facing forward. We're going to bend our legs, keeping our knees above our ankles, making sure that our weight is evenly distributed among our toes, lifting them up as we bend and straighten. You want a nice flat back as you come down and raise. Not tucking when you come up, just coming into a neutral position. Picture when you're straightening and lowering that you have writing on your shirt. You want to make sure that people could read the writing so you're not leaning over as you go down. Now you can stay with these squats, or if you want to get your heart rate a little bit raised, we're going to add in a jump and make jump squats. This is a high impact version, so totally fine if you want to just stick with doing some more squats. So we're going to start off by touching our arms towards the ground, looking up, and then straightening them above our head. Just getting used to this, making sure you're not leaning over. And now, if you're feeling it, add in a jump when you straighten. We're gonna do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. We're gonna stay in this position, wake up our legs a little bit more. Coming into a plie position, we're going to do a little bit of like a pseudo running position. So keeping your left leg bent, you're going to straighten out your right leg and tap your toe behind you. Bring it to the center, keeping both your legs bent, and then out to the side. So just adding in this tap, and if you want, adding in some arm movement, like you're a runner, like you're Hercules. Like I like to picture maybe Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible. As we tap to the side, ooh, I'm feeling it. And that standing leg, let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Shifting your weight to your other side. We're going to repeat it on the opposite side. So bringing your left leg back, tapping it, bring it to the center, tap to the side, back, side. Adding in those arms. I am telling you guys, I'm already sweaty. I like to share my sweat with everyone. I feel like it's good to know we're all in this together. And I get pretty sweaty, so maybe you need a towel. I know I do. I'm gonna do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Take a moment, regain your breath. We're going to finish up our warm-up going down on the mat. We're going to start with some walk-ups. So straightening your arms above your head, shooting them out with a nice flat back, then curving your spine and taking your arms to walk you out into a plank position. Now for your plank position throughout today's class, you want to ensure that you have a straight line from your elbow to your wrist, and you want your weight evenly distributed between your fingers, flat back, engaged core, not dipping. And once you get comfortable with this, you're just going to shoot your hips back, walk your arms. If you need, take a slight bend of the knee, raise your hands, and straighten. And we're just going to repeat it again, maybe picking up the pace a little bit, less time in between, shifting between a plank position and a standing position. Maybe if you're listening to music, doing it with the beat, or just doing it with the lovely sound of my voice, my breathing. We'll do 4 more. Straighten. 3, 2, last one, and then we're going to stay in our plank position. Walking your hands out, we're going to stretch out our legs a little bit. So bringing your right leg forward into a runner's lunge, like in between your hands, knee above your ankle. Raise that right hand up towards the ceiling, sinking in a little bit into that stretch. those legs, coming back down and coming into a plank position. Holding 2, and now go and bring your left leg forward. Left leg in between your hands, and give it a nice stretch with that left arm. One of my favorite stretches. Bringing it back down into a plank position. Shoot your legs back into a downward dog. Bend both your knees and straighten. Just really warming up those muscles. Walk the dog a bit, bending one leg, then the other. Shifting your weight. And then coming down. We're going to finish our little warm up with a kind of new version of the mountain climber. So bringing your right leg forward, this time bringing it outside your right hand. So outside your hands, right outside it, bringing it forward, and then shooting it back. Left leg forward and back. You can keep at this pace, or you can speed it up a bit. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Come into a child's pose for a minute. That finishes up your warm up. Maybe grab a quick sip of water. We're going to transition into our arms portion of our workout. I'm going to close this door because I realize you're getting a view of my bathroom, which is fine. But now it's a little more aesthetic. So coming back into our push-up plank position, we're going to do some little walk-ups, is what I like to call them. So starting in a modified push-up position, you can have your knees on the ground just to demonstrate. You're going to just bring your arms down, starting with your right hand to the forearm, and then with the same hand that started right, coming back up. And then this time switching, starting with your left hand down and straighten. And just switching between these. This is the first of our arms workout. Now you may be feeling like you want a little bit of an added workout with this. No problem. Just come into a standing push-up or a full push-up position and do the same movement. We'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I'm coming down because I need a little bit of a break. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Take a minute. Whew. Regain your breath. Those always take it out of me, let me tell you. We're going to finish up with a normal push-up and then a T push-up. So coming back into that position, you can have your knees on the ground or raise them up into a full push-up position. For a push-up, just a standard push-up, bring your arms out to the side, straighten, and when you straighten, twist to the side into a side plank and straighten that arm. If you're on your knees, just keep switch slightly to the side with one knee in front of the other. So it won't be a full plank, but you getting a nice little twist. If you want, coming into a full push-up position, coming into a side plank to twist and lower down. We'll do 5 more of these. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, 1. Whew. Coming down out of that push-up position, we're going to switch onto our back a little bit to do some tricep dips in a reverse plank before transitioning into standing. Whew. Regaining our breath, or my breath at least, maybe not you guys. So legs bent in front of you, we're going to have our palms facing, our fingers facing towards our toes, right by our shoulders. We're going to come into a reverse tabletop. So lifting your hips off the ground, nice bend of those legs. We're going to do some tricep dips. So using your hands, you're going to bend your arms lowering your hips towards the mat. Just when it touches, you're going to straighten. Lower and straighten. Now, if you want, you can use an elevated surface, such as a bench or something to do these off of for a little bit of added work. But also in that, as I can feel, it's plenty of work. Now, if maybe it's a little too much on your wrists, maybe take a moment and just do the dips with your hips on the ground. We'll do a few more here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Straightening out your legs, you're going to go into a reverse plank. Similar position, you're going to straighten your hips. You're going to raise your hips, straightening your legs, making a flat line in your body, chucking in your chin and looking towards your toes, using your arms, making a nice straight line, and lower. We're going to do that one more time, holding for 10 seconds again, and then we'll transition into our standing arms portion. Ready? Lift those hips for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Whew. Take a minute. We're going to transition into standing now. If you have those light hand weights, you can feel free to use them. We're going to be doing some arm circles, forward and backwards, big, medium, and small, and then we'll transition into some more targeted area muscle groups. So I'm going to grab my cans of chickpeas, one of my favorite snacks. You're going to come into a nice neutral position, feet a little bit more than shoulder distance apart, slight bend in those legs, not locking them. We're going to make some nice big circles with our arms going forward. So big circles, bring them out in front of you, slowly raising them and lowering, making sure that you're being cognizant of your neck, your arms as you make these nice big circles. Bring them in front of you and behind you. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch directions. Now we're going to go backwards. Still big. We're going to do these medium size and small size. So they're going to be up here for a little bit. So if you need to drop those weights, absolutely understandable. I'm feeling it. Whew. We'll do 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keeping your arms up, bringing your arms forward again, this time in medium circles. Ooh, baby, I'm feeling it. So smaller than big, but not tiny yet. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching directions, still medium, just going backwards now. Whew. My arms are burning. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping your arms up, last little bit. Small circles forward for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch directions. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower those arms. Oh my gosh. Take a moment. Regain your breath. We're going to keep up with our arm workout. Roll your shoulders a bit. We're going to now go into some modified chest press and working those shoulders a bit. So facing your palms towards your sides, you're going to keep a slight bend in those legs, facing forward, raising those arms up to the side, facing your palms up now and in to chest press in, bringing them in front of you, out, face them down, and lower. Really making sure that when you raise them and bring them in, you're really being nice and slow. If you don't have any weights, I'm sure you're feeling it. These are pretty light, so I'm still feeling it. Just being very cognizant of the movement that you're making, really engaging those muscles slowly in chest press, down and lower. It's like a fun dance move that kind of burns at the same time. You know, maybe you can whip this out of the on the dance floor. I don't know, we can all do it together sometime. We'll do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Take a minute, roll your shoulders in, roll them forward. We're going to go into a little bit more working our biceps and our chest, keeping your legs in the same position. We're just going to pulse them in. So slight bend in those arms, nice 45-degree bend. Feeling that in your biceps, your back. Picturing a pencil. So you're not straightening it all the way out, just slight bends. And you have a pencil in between your shoulder blades. You're squeezing in and out. If you want, you can add a slight little plie, little bounce or pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. We're getting close to the end of our arms workout. We're gonna do some biceps and then target our triceps and back a little bit more. So keeping your arms at your sides for our tricep, you can bring your legs out, turning them out into a nice second position if you want to have a little bit of an addition to this workout. So elbows at your sides, you're just going to curl your arms in and out, bringing them up. If you have light hand weights or no weights, just really picturing that you're squeezing your arms up and down. And if you want a little bit of an added work, raise that heart rate a little bit more. When you straighten your arms, bend your knees in second position and straighten up. Maybe doing it with the beat of whatever music you're listening to, or the beat that's in your heart. That's very cheesy. Wow. Hope you guys like my cheesy stuff throughout today. And if you're looking for a little bit of added work, you can straighten those arms out in front of you and just do the bicep curl elevated. Whew. My heart rate is buzzing. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Give your shoulders a nice roll. We're gonna finish up with some quick back work and tricep work just to finish it up. This is one of my favorite positions. If you've been to my classes before, we're gonna go into our skier position. So I'm gonna face to the side so you guys can see it. You wanna, your feet shoulder distance apart. You're gonna bend your knees, just a nice slight bend. Tilt your upper body forward about 45 degrees, and look 3 to 4 feet in front of you. You're gonna draw a straight line from your elbow to your wrist. And we're just gonna bring our arms in for a nice little rowing position and out. So picturing you're rowing some kind of boat, some nautical theme. Once again, picturing that pencil between your shoulder blades as you bring your arms in and out. We'll do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping your arms in, you're just going to pulse up. So pulsing your arms up a little bit, keeping your arms out your side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to finish up with a nice little tricep blast. So now keeping your elbows glued at your sides, we're going to extend our arms into what looks like a skier about to embark on their journey. You're going to string your arms out behind you, keeping that positioning and in. So curl in, using those triceps and looking forward. Maybe picturing you're on the ski slopes instead of in 90-degree heat and humidity. If you're in Virginia, that's what I'm experiencing. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping your arms out, we're going to pulse up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. That finishes up our arm workout. You're not going to need any kind of weights again for the rest of the workout, so you can set those down. I'm going to grab a quick drink of water. I encourage you to do so as well. Just did some great work. I'm Make sure you stay hydrated throughout your workout. We're going to do a quick stretch and then shift into our bar portion. So grabbing that chair or desk that you need. So stretching your arm out in front of you like we did during the warm up, making sure not to grab that elbow, and then switch. Since we did a lot of work on our wrists and our biceps, straightening your arm out, palm facing away from you. Just give a nice slight tug on your fingers. Switching sides. Good job. All right, so I'm gonna push my mat away just to get out of the way for now. And I'm going to go and grab my chair. So for our bar portion, we're going to do all of our workout for this bar with both hands on the bar facing towards it. So you're not gonna be changing positions like side hands, but we'll be incorporating some different movements and some ballet moves that I remembered this week from my time in ballet. So starting off, we're going to just do some simple lunges. So bringing your right leg out behind you, you're going to bend your legs, making a nice 90-degree bend with them, keeping your knee above your ankle and straighten. So you can keep your arms on the bar if you want, or test your balance. Woo, test your balance. Testing is the key word there. As you look lower and straighten, looking forward. We're going to be doing a classic bar combination. We're going to do some full range work. We're going to go into our mid range and then pulse it out. And then a little added thing at the end. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay down. You're going to go halfway up, mid range, and lower all the way down. Halfway up, all the way down. Halfway down. Whew. Testing your balance, maybe looking at something in front of you to focus on for 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay down and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to finish up our lunge little set with a full range lunge all the way down. Similar to what we were doing earlier, shift your weight onto that front foot into an arabesque. Lift it up, so foot pointed, hips squared. Lift, lower back down, and lunge. So shift your weight, pulse up, come back down, and lunge. We're gonna do 8 more of these, making sure that when you do your arabesque, you're not leaning forward to pulse up. You're just doing a slight little squeeze, lift here, and lower. Lift for 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Good job. We're going to switch legs, do all of that repeated on our opposite leg. Take a minute, gain your breath. I'm going to switch to my left side. That's the one I was just not using. So bringing your leg out behind you, you're going to go into that lunge again. So front knee above your ankle, nice 90-degree bend, and straighten your legs. When keeping your hips square, I like to picture 2 spotlights on my hips. And if they were on them, they'd be facing forward right now. We'll do some more full range, and then do our little set again of mid and pulse. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Go all the way down and halfway up. I'm feeling it in both my legs because we were just working them. So you may be feeling it in your standing leg and your back leg and glutes. My legs are shaking a bit. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying down, we're going to transition into our full range lunge and then arabesque. So bend down, shift your weight to your standing leg, hips square, foot pointed, pulse up, not leaning forward, just bending down, shift weight, pulse up and lower. Shift weight, pulse up and lower. Playing around with balance, maybe no arms or just a nice arm like I'm doing, facilitating the work. I'm gonna do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Take a moment. You may hear my breath a lot. It just means you're working hard. We're going to go into our second position, little combination, and we'll finish up with some fondue. Not the food, the ballet position, but I wish. So both hands on the bar. You're gonna go into that second position. So feet a little bit more than shoulder distance apart, facing out, hands on the bar. Just gonna plie it down and straighten. Once again, picturing a wall that you're sliding up and down, nice neutral spine. You can see it better since I'm facing the side. Oh, my legs are shaking a bit from that work before. All right. We're gonna play around a little bit with some releve in our plie position. So coming all the way down, I want you to lift your right ankle up off the ground so it's elevated while keeping your left leg on the ground. And I want you to pulse down. Feeling that added work in those glutes. For your pulses, you're not bouncing, you're just moving up an inch and down an inch. That makes sure that you're really being cognizant of how you're using those muscles. We're going to do 2 more, 2, 1, flatten that leg, and come into a second position. We're just going to pulse down again. So nice light pulses, staying in this plie position. If you want, you can raise both your legs up for 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Straighten your legs for a minute. I'm gonna shake out. We're gonna do that all again on the left side this time. So coming into plie, just doing some full grands, straightening and lowering. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. And staying down, lift your left foot into releve. I'm gonna twist a bit so you can see it, and then I'll come back. So lifting that leg up, you're going to pulse down. So once again, you're not bouncing, lifting and lowering an inch. Making sure that your spine is nice and neutral, you're not sticking out those glutes or tucking them in. Whew, my legs are shaking. Do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming into the center, pulsing down fully for 8, 7. Option to lift your legs both into releve for 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten your legs and lower them. Take a minute, regain your breath. Going to finish up our standing bar portion with a fondue position, and then we'll transition onto the floor. So for fondue, start off with your legs in first position facing the bar. So ankles touching each other, turned out ever so slightly. I'm gonna face you guys for a minute and so you can see. And for fondue, you're just going to cross your leg behind the other, just a nice slight cross, like so, a little bit straighter out. Hips still squared, legs still turned out, and we're just going to plie from here. So when you plie in fondue, both your legs are still going out to the side, making a diamond shape like this. And straighten. Maybe some weight a little bit more on the front foot. Once you get comfortable with that position, just do some full range plies. So the front foot, the ankle is down, the back foot, the ankle is raised for fondue. Side note, fondue would sound great right now. Cheese or chocolate, whatever, either one I'd take. So maybe going all the way down this time and lower. Once we get comfortable here, we're gonna add on a bit. we're going to go into a plie, straighten, once again, shift our weight, come into an arabesque with our foot pointed, making a nice triangle right on our knee. You can have it a little bit lower if you like, whatever feels comfortable for you. And we're going to come back into fondue and plie. Straighten, come into plie, or releve, plie, up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Switching up, we're just gonna do it on the other side. Not super intense. Not as hard of workout as maybe the other movements we're doing, but just to change up your positioning a little bit. So once again, coming into first, taking your left leg this time, crossing it slightly behind your leg, pointing it out so that toe is touching the ground, the ankle is off the ground, knees facing out for a nice turnout. We're going to plie down and straighten. Just getting comfortable. Once again, picturing those spotlights on your hips, making sure they're squared. Once you get comfortable with this, adding in that passe. So plie and come up into passe, bringing your foot right by your knee to a nice pointed position, lower, plie. A little more ballet focused, this movement. Just thought I'd add it in for a nice little finisher of our bar portion. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, good job, everyone. That finishes up our standing bar portion. We're gonna finish up our legs on the mat, and then we'll transition into our core section and then cool down. Making sure you guys stay for that cool down and stretching, just as important as the rest of your workout. So coming into a seated position, I'm going to face towards the camera for you guys, just facing towards the front, knees right next to each other. You're going to lower your hips down so they're resting on your ankles. Once you get comfortable here, bring your arms straight out in front of you. You're going to tuck your pelvis slightly in, so tilting it forward, and then using your legs, you're going to lift off your heels, coming up, and then lowering down, just touching your glutes, just so it touches those ankles, and then raising up. This works right here a lot, so lower bit of your hamstrings. Real nice little workout. You tuck in and lower. If you want, for an added little workout, just don't rest on your legs. Just hover slightly above them and raise. We do a few more of these and then add on a little fun twist. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying up here, we're just going to circle our hips around. So circling them around for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching directions. This engages your core as you tilt your pelvis in and your legs for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Whew, take a minute. Regain your breath. We're going to finish up our legs portion by coming into a reverse tabletop position. So we're going to have us draw a straight line from your elbows to your wrists, and your nice flat back with a 90-degree bend in your legs. Getting comfortable with this, you're going to flex your feet so your toes are pointed on the ground a little bit. We're just gonna kick our leg back, making sure that the bottom of the foot is facing the ceiling and lowering it back down. For these, it's important to make sure that you're not opening up your hips, keeping them square towards the ground, not opening up to the side. Different movement. Nice little kick to the ceiling and down. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your leg up and pulse up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming down, if you want, you can come down onto your your forearms. You're just going to straighten your leg out, and with a pointed toe, you're just going to pulse up. So once again, keeping those hips square towards the ground, feeling that in your lower glutes and upper thigh. Whew. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Coming back up onto your hands, we're just going to switch up and do it on the other side. So feet, your toes tucked into the ground, using your left leg or whatever leg you weren't just using. You're just going to kick it up towards the ceiling and lower. Lift and lower. Maybe you're angry at the ceiling today, feeling like you want to kick it. Picturing a soccer ball, whatever gets you going today. Making sure you're engaging that core, not opening up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay up, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming down onto your forearms, straightening that leg with that toe pointed. You're just going to pulse up. Nice slight pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Come back into child's pose for a minute. Regain your breath. That finishes up our legs portion. Great work. Grab a sip of water. We're going to do our core, and then we're going to transition into our cool down section. Oh, that water feels great right now. Take a minute. Regain your breath. All right, so staying on the mat, we're going to transition into our core. If you want your feet straight out in front of you for our first move, you're going to have a nice straight back. We're going to work our obliques a little bit in our posture. We sit a lot during the day, especially since we're all at home. So nice to work our posture a little bit. Keeping your arms straight out in front of you with a nice curve in them. So a nice little ballet arm position. You're just going to twist to the side, opening up and coming back in, and switch to the other side. Switch and open. Making sure you're not sitting or curving your back. A lot of your weight is on your sit bones and straight. Hope you guys, I don't know where you guys are at if you're listening to my playlist, but hope you're enjoying it. If not, hope you're enjoying whatever you're listening to. For 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, staying up, you're going to bend your legs with a nice bend in your knees, feet on the ground. We're going to tilt our back a little bit. If you want, you can add a nice throw pillow here at the bottom of your back just for some nice extra support, or just do it on your own. And we're just going to do some nice oblique twists. So twisting to your side, opening up, keeping your arms at your side, come to the center and twist. Now, if you want an added little modification, lift those legs off the ground and twist. Using that core to not let you tilt back. Feeling that twist, that shake in your belly. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming down, straightening your legs, coming down onto your flat back. Want to make sure that your core is engaged and that you have a nice flat back against the mat. So if you had your hand sticking it towards the bottom of your back, you couldn't stick it there. That means your core is engaged. And you're going to have a straight leg on the ground and straight leg up. And you're just going to switch those legs. Just a nice scissors. So bring them up to the center and lower. You can keep your arms at your sides. Feeling this in our lower core. And now adding on, bringing your hands to your temples, we're going to add a little twist. So as you lower your one leg towards the ground, curving your back so your shoulders are lifted, and twisting towards the lifted leg and straighten. Twist. And if you're looking to really engage that core, Just don't lower your head as you twist to rest on the ground. Once you get comfortable with this, you can pick up the speed. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Take a moment, regain your breath. I'm going to work our upper core a bit. So keeping your legs nice and bent, your knees hovering right above your hips, nice 90-degree bend. We're going to bring our arms straight out in front of us for a nice little C crunch. So lifting your elbows, once again, your shoulders off the ground, looking directly towards your legs. You're going to keep your arms straight out and just crunch in 2, 3, and lower. Curve back up, crunch in, 2, 3, and lower. Crunch in, 2, 3, and lower. We'll do 5 more with these. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Lowering those legs. We're going to transition facing onto our stomach to finish up our core work by working out the back of our core. It's really important to work out your entire core, not just your abdominals, but your back as well. So we're going to be doing what I like to call a Superman position. I'm going to switch this way just so you can see me a little bit better. So lying flat on your back, you're going to straighten your arms and legs out in front of you, looking straight towards the mat, looking at me for a second just as I demonstrate, and then shifting your gaze towards the mat. You're going to lift both your arms and your legs, raising, still looking down, engaging that core, and lower. We're going to hold for 5 and lower. So hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lower down. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower. Keeping with this pace, we're going to do a few more of these, and we're just going to hold with some little swimmer kicks. So 2 more, 2, 1, last one, and we're going to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping engaged, hovering off the ground, you're just going to kick your arms and legs like you're swimming in the ocean for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower. Great work. That is finishing up the work of our workout. Now I'm going to finish in with our stretching. So towards the end of my playlist, there's some calm music, or you can just listen to whatever you like. Looking down towards the ground, gaining your breath. Just take a moment. Now shifting your weight back, we're going to go into a child pose position. So bringing your glutes to rest on your toes, arms straight out in front of you. Just going to breathe in. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Walking your arms, you're going to stretch them out towards the right, keeping your face against the ground. Just doing a little stretch on your back and core. Breathing in. And exhale. Walking your arms back in. One breath in. One exhale. And then shift to the other side. Nice stretch. Cool down is so important to thank your body for all the work it's put in. And make sure your muscles are nice and stretched. And then back into the center. One more inhale. One more exhale. Shifting yourself up. You're going to go flat back to stretch out your legs a little bit more. So nice flat back. Bring your feet in, give them a nice hug. You're going to bring in your right leg first, rolling out that ankle. And then taking your right hand, pushing it across your body towards the side, keeping your shoulders on the ground for a nice twist, looking in the opposite direction. Now coming back into the center, switching legs, rolling that ankle, and then crossing. Keeping your shoulders on the ground so you feel that nice twist. Inhale, and exhale. Bringing your legs back in, we're going to stretch out those glutes a little bit more. So starting with your left leg, cross it in front with a nice flex foot, resting it on your right leg with your left arm just on that knee. Push it out slightly to really accentuate that stretch. Breathe in and out. Switch legs, right leg crosses over the left, taking your right hand and pushing out that knee slightly for a nice deep glute stretch. Good. Rolling up, you're going to straighten your legs out in front of you, straighten your arms, and bring them forward, curving up your spine, first lifting your head, then your shoulders, and then your elbows. Bringing your legs into a nice butterfly position, toes glued together. Just open up those legs a little bit, flat them down. Stretch forward as much as you would like, maybe resting your hands on the ground for a nice stretch. Planting your feet firmly onto the ground, you're going to shift your weight forward, rolling your arms up, but keeping your upper body curved down over your legs. Maybe bending one leg and then the other. You're shifting that weight a bit. Good. Nod your head yes. Shake it now. And now slowly rolling up, vertebra stacking on top of each vertebra. Shifting towards the front. Just going to roll our shoulders to the back and then roll them towards the front. One more time towards the back, towards the front. Stretching your neck a bit, just like we did during the warm-up. And then to the other side. Finishing, just keeping your legs into that second position, plie. Bring your arms in, plie, and exhale. Just some nice centering breath. So inhale, exhale. Thanking yourself, your body, for being here today. Last one. Take the energy that you used and finish up your day on a great note. Thank you all so much for coming.